once again, it's Dwayne. I'm Dwayne and Nadia, Food, Travel, and Fun, and I'm back in the kitchen. Yeah, she lets me in here. And I'm gonna bring to you something new, something it's a personal favorite. I haven't made it in a little while, but you know what? I happen to have some extra kale around, and you know, everybody loves the kale soup, so. But me personally, I enjoy my snacks, and today I'm gonna make kale chips. And I do it a little different than some other people. I've seen it done a couple of ways. I love it because it's nice, simple, quick, easy to put together. There's your ingredients right here in front of me. Some olive oil, some garlic powder, and some salt. And I imagine you could do it with garlic salt, but I like to be able to adjust how much salt to how much garlic. And the way I've seen it done, people will just put it out there on their little parchment paper, foil, whatever. Strip the leaves off, place it on the paper, sprinkle some of that olive oil over it. A lot of people just use salt, but me loving garlic, I love my garlic salt combo. And you could add pepper, you could add paprika, you can do whatever you like. Find a flavor you like and go with it. But the one thing you'll never really want to leave out is the salt, because the salt is what makes the other flavors pop. So, speaking of, it's very simple. Preheat the oven to 350. Get your leaves pulled off the stems, just the leaves, onto your paper in small chip-sized pieces. Cover it with your ingredients in that 350 oven for 10 minutes. And as they crisp up, it's done. Usually 10 minutes is a pretty fair timing on this. I've done it several times at that temp and it seems to be no real problem. If it looks a little soggy still, give it a few more. Check it maybe a minute or two early to make sure that they're not browning and burning in there. It depends, you know, ovens vary. But once you learn your oven, 350 is a good safe starting point. So the way I do it differently is I'm gonna pull all the leaves off these kales and I'm gonna put them in this bowl and I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of olive oil and mix it all together. And I'm even gonna do my salt and my garlic in that pan and then just put it on the sheet and it's ready to go. So I'm gonna pre-coat everything as opposed to doing it on the sheet pan, because when you drizzle it, there's areas that get stuff, areas that don't, you know, on the leaves and whatnot. I just kind of want a nice even coating everywhere. And I am usually one to just dig in, but when I go to do the mixing, I'm actually gonna wear some gloves. You know, the little throwaway gloves, you know, and they make cleanup, for me personally, a lot easier. Plus, you know, sanitary, whatnot, keep my germs off those, off the food that we're preparing. And I'll be back in a minute. I'll show you what's going on. As you can see, I've peeled off a bunch already. And I like to just peel them. You can use scissors, cut, whatever. But don't make the pieces too small. You want a nice chip. They are going to shrink. Notice none of this goes in. All of these actual stems, they might be great for soup. They're not great for chips. So I'm going to take all of my kale that I took a little bit of time to peel off. I'll move this aside. And now you can see I got a nice little bowl of kale to work with. And I'm going to hit it with a fair amount of olive oil. I don't want to go too crazy here. I want it to get everywhere. But I'm not trying to make it too oily. You know, this is just to add a flavor, and this does help with the crisping process. But I think it's more important about the coating, getting it here, there, and everywhere. Get this stuff mixed in. As you can see, I'm doing quite a bit of flipping and turning, and I can start to see it really spread around. It's really starting to get on everything nicely. You can actually see it start to glisten in the areas where the oil is hitting. And that's when you see this glistening all over the place, you've done a good job. And that's just about to the point where I'm at right now. I even think that maybe it's sticking a little to the gloves. They're kind of oily. So just I can actually spread a little oil from the gloves, second sheet. But as you can see, I got a really nice everything. Now this, I'll bring it up closer so you can see. But there's a lot of glistening going on in there now that just wasn't there before. So we've got nice coated kale. And now I'm gonna take off the glove so I don't oil up our salt shaker. And I'm gonna do, salt is what really makes this work. I don't know if anyone's ever eaten unsalted chips, they probably never went back for a second. So, yeah, they did it the one time and said, nah, too healthy. Well, you know what? Kale is extremely healthy and has tons of vitamins and nutrients in it. So, I may be offending some of the purists out there, but I think the purists might not be making kale chips. So, I'm actually going to be brave and taste it in a second, but I easily used, more than a teaspoon of salt in this mix. And I just wanted to get in there. And I also love my garlic. Gotta get the garlic in there. Just, to me, and once again, if you're adding a flavor, add the flavor. Don't worry. I mean, you can overdo things, absolutely. But underdone, I'm not looking for me personally, I'm not looking to have an essence of garlic. I want to taste garlic. I really think that that's more important here. Remember, this is a snack. I'm not trying to make this a meal. I'm not saying, oh, let's do something healthy. I'm saying, hey, there is some healthy aspect to this because it's kale. But there's also the flavorful, enjoyable aspect, which should be brought into every meal, not just kale chips. So let me throw on another little glove here. If I can do this one-handed, it's pretty tough. And you want to spread them on the sheet pan without covering each other. You want to give every piece of kale its little space to do its thing. And oh, and I did say I would just grab a small little piece. And it seems like I got enough salt. And I can taste the garlic too. So I'm in good shape. But I'm making sure I lay them out nice and flat. And let me get these all laid out for you. And all we do is pop them into the oven and let them go a few minutes. Keep an eye on them. Like I said, I'll check them definitely at the 8-minute point for sure. Just to make sure that they're, doing what they want. You can pack them in nice and tight too. But you really want to make sure you keep that single layer. They're gonna shrink. These have a lot of moisture in them, surprisingly so, and they're gonna shrink up. And I'm gonna make a couple pans. I got enough here. I'm gonna have a couple pans of those chips because I know I can eat a couple pans. One pan just kind of whets my appetite a little bit, but I think it more just wakes up my appetite. And I really, by the time it's all said and done, I'm looking for that second pan. You know what? This one is ready to go. I'm actually gonna put it in the oven right now, and I'll come back and put the second one together, and I'll show you what I get in the end. I'll be back in a sec. There it goes. And always set the timer. Don't wing it. It's so easy to forget those are in there, and if they're in there for 3 minutes too long, they're done. They're going to be all burnt, and you're going to just throw away that pan. So don't waste your time. Set that timer. I set it for 8 minutes because I know that's a safe time, and then I can kind of keep an eye on it from there. All right, everybody. So it's been 9 minutes, and oh yeah, see the spaces in between them now. They shrunk up nicely. They're looking like, yeah, see that one's getting dark there in the back. This batch is done. Actually, let me walk over here where I have another batch ready to go. It's going in. because while I eat that first batch, the second batch will be getting ready. And I love eating these things nice, warm, fresh out of the oven. It really, whoops, there we go. Let's set that timer. I'm gonna go back to 8 minutes. And I'm gonna try one of these just to see what we think. These little guys are crisp, light, and my seasonings came through. They are really enjoyable. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video. I had fun doing it for you. It's a quick little thing. I'm gonna sit here and eat a bunch of chips now, and I'm gonna enjoy myself. Until next time, remember, tune in. We enjoy having you. We appreciate every last one of you. So, comment below. Let me know if you try it out. It'd be awesome. I'd love to hear that some people said, oh, your recipe was great, or anything. Hey, your recipe stinks. What can you do? Whatever. But you let us know what you think, and comment, like, share, tell your friends. Till next time, Dwayne and Nydia, Food Travel and Fun.